my January wrap up. In the month of January, I managed to read 18 books. I really don't know how I did it. Well, I kind of do. I did a lot of buddy reads. But in total, that amounted to 5,369 pages, which is really cool. I'm happy with that. I don't think I have every book here with me because I think some I had on script and others I've since, I think, donated. I think. I don't know. I'm going to start off with the buddy reads. All of these were with Steph Loves, of course. Nothing new there, to be honest. The first one we did was Capturing the Devil by Kerry Maniscalco, the last in the Stopping Jack the Ripper series. And I gave it 5 stars. It's so good. In this one, they're in Chicago and they're hunting down a murderer, and can't really say much more than that because it is the last book in the series. But again, I just love the world building that Kerry Maniscalco does with her books, especially these. I love Audrey Rose and Thomas. I love them so much. And I'm so sad that it's over. Yeah, I think it's been said. I think that there's not going to be any more books in the series, unfortunately. I'm really sad about that. Yeah, I loved buddy reading this series with Steph so much. And the next one was the first in the Women's Murder Club series, First to Die by James Patterson. This is about a detective, Lindsay Boxer, and she has 3 friends. One is, I think, is a lawyer, the other one is a coroner who does the autopsies and stuff, and the third is a journalist. And those 4 people all together just work amazingly. This was a reread. I had previously read this maybe like 1 or 2 years ago, but I couldn't really remember much of what happened. I remember like some of the main points and I knew what was coming, and 5 stars. It was so sad at the end. I mean, I knew what was going to happen, but it still upset me again. I loved this book so much. It was so good. And it was cool to see Steph loving an author that is basically the majority of what I read. And it was just so cool. Yeah, I loved it. The next one was, I think it's the second Jack Reacher. Die Trying by Lee Child. I didn't know that you could read these in any order you felt like. I've been trying to read them in chronological order that he published them. But oops. But apparently you don't really need to do that. You can read them in any order. I gave it 4 stars. I thought the overall main plot was really good, and I really enjoyed the action because classic Jack Reacher. And yeah, it was a lot of action. I loved that side of it, but I do struggle with Lee Child's writing when it comes to his descriptions of things. Yeah, there's like a lot of describing that is not in any way anything to do with the main plot, and it's just completely pointless. And I'm just, yeah, I almost DNF'd it in the first 100 pages because of that. And the same thing happened with Killing Floor, but once you get past that initial nonsense, I don't know, it just does not need to be there. It's really good. The overall plot was good, but I also didn't enjoy this one as much as Killing Floor 2 because it was political and I'm just not a political person. Yeah, but I did give it 4 stars. I did really enjoy all the action and all the other stuff and all of the rest of it, but just the political side and the over describing of nonsense is the thing that bugs the hell out of me. Not the political thing. I understand if someone enjoys that stuff, but I'm just not political. But the describing of stupid shit is just not necessary. Sorry, but it's just not. The next one was Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I listened to this on Audible. I didn't know what to pick for my January credit. I didn't know what to use my January credit on. and she advised on Skyward, and then we ended up just buddies listening to it instead. And I think it's the only second sci-fi I've read. The first one was Ready Player One, and then I thought, okay, let me just try Skyward because everybody goes on about it, and I thought it'd be a good place to start with Brandon Sanderson, with a young adult book instead. So I didn't think it would be that too intense or anything. I loved it so much. I love Mbot. Oh my god, I loved the character so much. It was such a shock. I honestly didn't think it was going to be as good as Ready Player One, and holy shit, it surpassed it by miles. I think it's probably going to be one of my top 10 books of the year already. And I just, I loved it so much, honestly. I just can't praise it enough. Which was a shock. So I'm going to use my February credit on Starsight, the sequel. I have to, and we're going to buddy listen to that. So, yes. Yeah, I loved Skyward so much. It was such a shock, but it was a good shock and I loved it so much. The last one we did was the sequel to First to Die, that's Second Chance by James Patterson, the second in the Women's Murder Club series. I gave this 4 stars. It definitely wasn't as good as the first one. You're definitely not as attached to the storyline as the first one, but it's still damn near close. I would say it's more of a 4.5 than a 4, so it's like almost a 5 but just not quite. But yeah, honestly, I love this as well. They're dealing with a really nasty killer in this one. Oof. I hadn't read this one, so this was like brand new to me. I'd only ever read the first book in the series. Yeah, it was definitely sad, but like thrilling, and it was all the good stuff. It was really good. 4 stars. Next, I'll talk about the read along I did. Tandem Collective UK had sent a bunch of Instagram creators, like bookstagrammers, Critical Instance by Lucy Whitehouse, and I was like, ooh, I want to like read along with them, even though I hadn't been like sent it or nothing. But then I found it in Asda, so I was like, okay, so I can participate in the read along. So that was really cool. I ended up really enjoying it. I gave it 4 stars. It was definitely a good first in a series. It was definitely a good start. I really liked the main character, Robin. I really did like Robin. She was really cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see like the next book in the series. I definitely would highly consider picking it up. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. So I really like this so much. I wasn't sure, but it's cool because it's based in the UK. So I always like that. I always like books that are based in that country. Yeah. Next, I'll do book club books. I only did one. I was gonna do the contemporary book club, which is Steph Loves' book club, but I couldn't get my hands on the book, unfortunately. I think it was Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. But the other book club was Middle Grade Monthly, and I did read The Girl Who Stole an Elephant. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was okay for a middle grade. It was really good. I liked the atmosphere. It was really good. The main character, Chaya, I think her name is. Yeah, Chaya. I liked her at the start, and then I disliked her, and then I liked her again. So I'm a bit confused in the main character. But her friend Neil, he's awesome. I liked her best friend Neil. He was cool. I love the chapter illustrations. They're really cool. It's a really pretty book, but yeah, it was 3 stars. It was okay. It was okay. It was decent. Next, I'm gonna go on to mangas and graphic novels. First, I'll talk about is volume 1 and 2 of the Walking Dead graphic novels by Robert Kirkman. Holy shit, this thing is a brick. It's so big, it's ridiculous. God, I can't hold that up for long. Volume 1 I gave 4 stars, and Volume 2 I gave 4 stars. They were both really good. I loved the TV show, and my uncle said I should read the graphic novels because I think he has read a few of them. I'm not entirely sure. but I ended up getting the first 3 compendiums in a box set off Amazon. It was a promotion for a new series of The Walking Dead, so yeah, I got like money off and stuff and saved a lot of money that way. But these things are so heavy. But I'm since almost, well, I'm over the halfway mark now in it, so yeah, the first 2 volumes were really good. I really did enjoy meeting the characters again, for sure. Still don't like Rick. I've never been a fan of Rick Grimes. He just bugs me for some reason. And knowing that Daryl Dixon is not going to be in it because it was just made up for the show is weird. And I'm like seeing storylines and I'm like, that he should be there. And it's kind of weird, but I do like it. It's good so far. My favourite character as of right now is still Glenn, because he's cool. I like Glenn. I liked Glenn in the show as well. He was like such an unproblematic character. Yeah, he was such an unproblematic character. I really do like Glenn. He's really good. The next thing I'm going to talk about is volume 5 of Death Note. This is a brick as well. It's lighter than The Walking Dead though, but it's still a brick. I read volume 5. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was really good. With the Death Note, it does take me longer to read than a normal manga would, because there's a lot of information and dialogue in this and a lot of internal thought as well. But I love it though. It's so dark and I just love it so much. I love Light. I like Elle. They're all really cool. I even like Ryuk for some reason. I think he's hilarious with his apples. But yeah, I gave it 4 stars. It was really, really good. Can't really say much because it's like the 5th volume in the series, but it was really good. Next I want to talk about is volume 4, 5 and 6 of Full Metal Alchemist. That's backwards. There you go. I am not saying the manga authors' names because I just cannot say them. There's no point in me even trying at this point. It's just ridiculous. But I gave all 3 volumes 4 stars. This whole set, this like whole 3-in-1 was really good. You do learn a lot more of Edward and Alphonse. Is it Alphonse? Yeah, it's Alphonse background and what happened, and just a lot more information on exactly what happened. Yeah, I just loved it, and I think Edward is hilarious. He hates being called small, and I'm but like same because I'm only 4 9 3/4. So I can relate to him on that level. I think he's hilarious. I'm always laughing out loud at this manga so much. I don't know why. I just find it blooming hilarious. So yeah, I give all 3 volumes 4 stars. It was really, really good. Next I want to talk about is just like random books that finished off the month. The first book I gave to my sister. She wanted to have it because I was just gonna unhaul it and put it to charity, but she ended up taking it. So it's the Hallowing by Alexander Sokolov. It's I don't know if it's a young adult. I think it's a young adult horror, or at least a thriller anyway, but there's like Ouija boards and stuff in it. It's set in college and it's creepy. I stupidly read part of this at night time and the Ouija board came up and I was like, I noped out real fast. I don't think I've ever noped out so fast in my life. I was just like, no, you're alright. And I waited until the morning to read it. I just could not. There was no way. I'd give myself nightmares over that. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I thought it was really good. This was a reread. I first read this, I want to say 10 years ago. Or at least like 8 to 10 years ago. It was a really long time ago when I first read this. And I loved it then. And I still love it now. I probably don't love it as much as I did back then because I gave it 4 stars. But it was still really, really good and creepy. And if you want a quick, short horror, I think this would be the way to go. It's really good. Next was Talking with Psychopaths and Savages by Christopher Berry D. I read Talking with Serial Killers last year. and I saw this in Asda and I picked it up real fast because I really liked talking with serial killers. And it was so good. It was creepy though. This one's mostly about sexually sadistic serial killers. It was really gross but interesting. I mean, I've said a few times now that I'm obsessed with serial killers and the psychology behind like why they do the things that they do. Yeah, I like the nature versus nurture, but it's not versus anymore. It's nature and nurture, so it's both. So it's not pitted against each other now, and I like the conversation that it can bring. So yeah, it was gross, but it was good. Next, I read In an Absent Dream by Shannon Maguire. It's the fourth in the Wayward Children series. I gave this 4 stars. I've given all of the books in this series 4 stars. They're so good. I loved this one. I loved learning about Lundy so much, and the fact that she's like a book person, it just made it all the more like fun and just exciting, and I really did enjoy it. I loved the world building. Yeah, I loved them so much. They're so good. The second to last book I read was Monster Blood for Breakfast, the Goosebumps Horrorland book, number 3 by R.L. Stein. And I gave this 3 stars. Don't think it was my favourite one of the series because I've since read 2 more and they were better, but it was still okay. This was about Matt Daniels, and he has this friend who's a pain in the ass, and he has this monster blood goo stuff, and he tries to feed it to his friend, and didn't go as planned. Yeah, it's weird, but I love the Horrorland part at the end of the book. I always enjoy that part, and I want to know where it leads to because it's going to be good. I really want to find out what happens at the end of them. So yeah, I'm excited about that. The last book I read in January was The Big Bad Wolf by James Patterson. I'm pretty sure this is number 9 in the Alex Cross series. I'm not 100% on that, but I think it's number 9. I gave this 3 stars. Unfortunately, it's not my favourite Alex Cross book. I did not give a shit or care about the main plot of the story. I of course wanted Alex Cross to catch the bad guy, of course, but I just didn't care. But they had a side plot about his family, and that's the only reason I was reading it for. It's the only reason why I didn't DNF it. And it was so sad. If you've read it, all I'll say is little Alex Cross happens at the end of the book, and I actually like shed a tear because of it because I was so upset and angry. And I just love Alex Cross and his family so much. That's the only reason I kept reading, and I did give it 3 stars because I do love his family. So yeah, after like the 9th book in the series, you're fully attached to him and his family. So yeah, 3 stars. It was okay. I think that's all of the books I read in January. I think that's all I've got written down. I'm pretty sure that's all I read. If not, you can probably check my Goodreads just in case I'm making shit up and I've forgotten something. But I really don't know how the hell I managed to read 18 books in the month of January. I think that's a personal best. I think it is. I think the most I've read is 15, so 18 is amazing. I'm so happy with that. I mean, I'm happy with anything like probably over 10, so although that's a lot for some people. But yeah, I actually changed my Goodreads goal from 52 to 100 because I'm already, I think, almost halfway through my original goal. So I'm already like a quarter of the way through my new 100 Goodreads goal. So I thought it best to put it to 100 and actually see if I can do it, hopefully. But yeah, that's everything I read in January. I hope you enjoyed. My Goodreads, Twitter and Instagram are in the description as always. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.